Hi, this is Carrie with today's lesson on likening the scriptures unto me and you too. All right, not you two, the group, but you also. All right, so if you've been following me this month, I've been doing the 8 default responses to Christ's birth. So one event, Christ's birth, 8 different responses. We've done the innkeeper, the angels, the shepherds, and Mary. And today, can you guess who we're going to talk about and study today? Give you one guess. If you said, ta-da, Simeon, you are right. Simeon. Who was Simeon? Let's turn to our scriptures. So I've got my scriptures here. Luke, we're in chapter 2. You should know that by now. And I am going to start in verse 25. And it says, "And behold, there was a man in Jerusalem whose name was Simeon. The same man was just and devout, waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Ghost was with him. And it was revealed unto him by the Holy Ghost that he should not see death before he had seen the Lord's Christ. And he came by the Spirit into the temple. And when the parents brought in the child Jesus to do for him after the custom of the law, then took him up in his arms and blessed God and said, Lord, now lettest thou thy servant depart in peace, according to thy word. For mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which thou hast prepared before the face of all people, a light to lighten the Gentiles and the glory of thy people Israel." All right, we don't have like a lot, so we've got to kind of again read between the lines with Simeon. Now, so Simeon, let me say that right, Simeon was, we know in the scriptures, he was a just and devout man, righteous, and the Holy Ghost was upon him, so he lived very, very close to the Spirit, and was actually told by the Spirit, it was revealed to him that he would see the Lord's Christ before he died. Now, let's ask ourselves, why would the Holy Ghost tell him that? Well, I would venture to say it's because Simeon had a very strong desire, that he had studied the scriptures, he knew the prophecies, he knew it was foretold and it was going to happen, and he really, really, really wanted to see Christ before he died. And because that desire in his heart was so strong, the Holy Ghost came and revealed to him and told him that that would happen for him. That yes, he would see the Lord's Christ before he died. So I don't know how many years ago that was. I don't know like how old Simeon was when that happened and how long his desire had been there and when he was finally told that, and from the time he was told that to when it actually happened. But I would venture to say it was probably a while. And I love this picture right here, if you can see it, because think about this man, Simeon. He was an older man by the time this finally happened. By the time he literally and physically held the baby Jesus in his arms and he looked up to heaven and basically said, having received a witness from the Holy Ghost, I took the child up in my arms and knew that I could die in peace. Simeon knew his desire had finally been realized, that the Lord had answered his prayer. So I want to liken Simeon unto me, and I want to liken Simeon unto you by asking you, what is a desire in your heart that you have wanted so badly, that you have probably been promised that if you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we have patriarchal blessings, and in our patriarchal blessings we are given certain promises and blessings that will happen to us. And there might be some in there that you haven't seen yet, but they've been promised to you. And Simeon, I know, in order to receive that promise, he had to remain faithful. He had to trust God. He had to keep obeying the commandments. He had to do his part in order for the Lord to be able to do his part and bring to pass that promise. So ask yourself, what do you really, really want? Any desire that is deep within your heart that you really, 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 really want to happen was placed there for a reason. It's not there just to have an unfulfilled desire in your life. So ponder that and keep trusting the Lord. Keep having that faith that He will bring it to pass. Oh, and the reason I'm getting so emotional is because I can totally relate to Simeon by having a very, very, very strong desire and wish and a promise that had been given to me many, many, many years ago. And that promise and blessing is coming to pass. It's real. Just like Simeon held up the baby. It was real. It happened. So is this promise in my life becoming real. And it is amazing. And I just want you to know to just keep the faith. Just trust God. Trust that everything in your heart that you desire will come to pass. So that like Simeon, we will know that we can die in peace, knowing all of our heart's desires came to pass on this earth. So that's what I want to leave with you. Our beloved friend Simeon, who lived many years ago, has left us an amazing example on how to liken the scriptures unto us. May God bless you, especially as Christmas is getting closer and closer, to keep that spirit alive and to trust God that all of the promises and the desires in your heart will be fulfilled.